What is a mortgage interest rate and where does it really come from? I see this question online and I hear it from my buyers all the time. Usually it sounds something like this. What exactly is an interest rate and why does everybody talk about it like it's so confusing? If that's how you're feeling, then you're not alone. Most buyers were never taught about this. I want you to understand what's really happening here because this is an important part of your home buying process. So let me explain it in real English. A mortgage interest rate is the cost of borrowing money. You want to buy a home, you don't have all the money, someone else does, and they lend you that money, and over time they earn interest. The interest is how lenders are paid for lending you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here's the part that most people don't realize. Lenders don't just have an unlimited amount of money sitting around. They buy money from investors at a certain interest rate cost. Then they lend that same money to you at a slightly higher interest rate. That difference pays for their employees, their systems, their compliance, their profits that they need to stay in business. This is where mortgage-backed securities come in. Mortgage-backed securities are bundles of those home loans that are sold to investors. So investors want to buy more of them. Mortgage interest rates tend to come down. When investors pull back, mortgage interest rates tend to go up. That's why mortgage interest rates move with the market. You'll also hear headlines about the Federal Reserve raising or lowering interest rates. The Federal Reserve does not set mortgage interest rates. They control short-term lending between banks, not home loans. Mortgage rates come from the market, not from government announcements. I had a buyer whose father told her not to lock in that interest rate because he heard that the Federal Reserve might lower rates and she would get a 0.5% better interest rate the next week. But he thought that because the Federal Reserve was talking about lowering rates, that it would affect his daughter's mortgage rate. Once I explained the difference, everything made sense. Understanding where rates come from removes a lot of the fear. When you work with me at Vessel Mortgage, you get a peaceful, honest process. We'll clearly update you. We'll explain things with care because we want you to have confidence. If you want to talk through this or any other topic when it comes to buying your new home, I can be reached at 504-949-0070 or schedule time on my calendar and we can talk at your convenience.